Hello, everyone. It's Andy Arbuthnot again, and today I am absolutely delighted to be joined by the one and only Paul Draper. Paul is a mentalist, an anthropologist, and a speaker. Many of you will know that. But hey, Paul, nice to have you with us.
Thanks so much. I'm excited to be here to chat with everybody.
Well, yes, I am too. So, we had a very brief chat beforehand, and you are going to be the busiest man in Ireland next year in April.
On my first trip ever to Ireland, so
No way.
I'm
Ah,
excited to be there
okay.
for that.
So we'll have to get you a pint of Guinness or something to just it's obligatory, it's
That's right.
obligatory. But
Do all the Irish things.
yeah, yeah,
Throw
yeah.
throw me throw me off the castle when I try and kiss the Blarney Stone. There it is.
Do you
So,
know do you know something? It's the strangest thing, and it's a cool thing, but it's like you have to really go back, and it's
you have
it's
to really want to do it. And look, the,
yeah.
the way Americans eat, I don't know that I'm going to fit. I worry. I worry about it. So
Oh dear. But yes, so you're American, as we all know, but you're based over in Las Vegas, is that correct?
that's right.
Yeah.
Worked for many
Cool.
years at the Venetian in Vegas, had a show at Planet Hollywood, had a show at the Orleans, and now
Yeah.
touring all over.
Yes, and I saw that you've had some really interesting audience as well with Apple, Facebook,
Right.
the United Nations, all sorts of, you've done it all.
Yeah, recently in the last year, I've had a very good year. Had a show seen by 10 million people called
Wow.
Inside the NBA with Shaq and Charles Barkley, the basketball players.
Ah, yeah.
I lectured at the United Nations, the
Hmm.
World Bank, the International Monetary Fund, and coming up this coming February, I'm
Hmm.
going to be a distinguished lecturer at the University of Cambridge
Wow.
teaching espionage techniques.
Espionage. Okay.
Yes,
Right. Okay. That sounds like something I must try and sneak into. So,
yes.
but yes. So we're delighted to have you with us. And well, let's break it down. So you're going to be presenting for us. You're going to be performing for us,
Right,
and you're also going to be doing a workshop just after the
right.
the, the conference, the day after. So, first things first, your presentation, if you wouldn't mind, we've got a little bit about you. By all means, if you wish to tell us a little more, you may. But I think if you could tell us a little bit about your presentation and what you're going to talk to us about first, that would be great.
Right. So the presentation, I have not fully decided yet.
Sure,
That one I'm working out based on, I want to see what other people are presenting.
sure.
So let's start with the workshop and go back if that's
Perfect.
okay.
That's perfect.
The workshop is going to be broken into three segments. The first segment is on how to build and design a show, because a lot of people I know for the first time ever in Ireland in a big way are people thinking more and more about doing performance
Mhm,
hypnosis
mhm,
and putting on presentations. And so I'll be talking about structuring presentations both in an academic setting and a theatrical setting and an entertainment setting. We'll talk about different ways to structure a show to get the best results.
sure.
And there's a difference between how you structure a show in the US versus the UK. And so we'll talk about that. The second segment of the day is going to be on selling and marketing, public relations, how to promote and sell these shows, how
Mhm,
to get the money once you have the product made. The third section is one that tends to be the most popular with people making this transition. I'm going to be teaching mentalism skills and techniques that hypnotists can use. And where this becomes very valuable is if you show up to an event and
mhm.
there are only 20 people there and only five of them want to participate and none of them get hypnotized.
Yeah.
What do you do? You have to fill that hour. And so I'm going to teach things that you can carry around in your case with you and immediately present that look and feel like hypnosis, but are mentalism techniques so that you don't have to get somebody into a state of somnambulism. You can perform and present and showcase the skills and abilities that the audience want to see.
See, that's something that really fascinates me because as I was talking to you just prior to talking on this, um, I did say that I was fascinated. I'd watched some of the stuff you do, and it is fantastic. And I
Yeah.
just thought, you know what? that's something I'd really love to learn. And then you went, well, by the way, Andrew, we have this. I was like, oh, right. So that's just kind of been sort of worked out in the last short little while. We knew there was something coming, but we weren't sure if it was prior to or just after. And I am really looking forward to that. So what you've described is something that I have always been interested in, and
Right.
I'm going to look into that in big way. I'll be there. So
So
you're
how to
also
build a show, how to sell the show, what to
to
do
do.
if your show doesn't work.
That's,
Yeah, good.
yeah, yeah. It's
So
it's actually yeah. Go for it.
the presentation again, I want to see what everyone else is doing.
Hmm.
Remember I've lectured at Yale, I've lectured previously at Cambridge, I've taught
Hmm.
university courses. I was the
Okay.
first American ever on council at the Magic Circle in London.
Okay.
I teach at the McBride Magic and Mystery School, the number
Yeah.
one school for entertainers in the States. And so I there's a lot I could pull on for that presentation, but I
Yeah.
want to make sure that it's not overlapping with what anyone else is doing.
No, and that's a good point. That is a good point, and valid in many ways. One of the things that I saw you do as well recently was cups and balls, right?
Yes.
And you did your version of it. Like there's always different little, and I just was like, I just love all this. So we're in for a treat anyway. So on the Saturday evening, what
Great.
are you going to perform for us?
Yeah, great. So this is my evening mentalism show.
Yeah.
Now, in that I mostly what I'm going to be sharing is the things that are in my corporate presentation.
Okay.
Tonight, I'm at a theater in Palm Springs, California, where
Yeah.
Frank Sinatra and Bob Hope and Arnold Palmer had homes out here. So
Yeah.
I'm in a big, beautiful 300 seat theater here this weekend. So, but that show is a 90-minute show, and the show I'm giving for your group is about an hour.
Hmm.
And so there'll be mind reading, magic, singing, comedy. I'll be able to tell you when people are lying or not, be able to know what people are thinking, predict their actions, control their thoughts. I think my closest ally out there in Ireland is Keith Barry. It's like the
Yeah.
thing Keith does. Now, Keith and I met each other when we were about in our teens. When
No
we were in our
way.
teens, yes, we met each other at a convention and hung out before either of us even knew we were going to be full-time entertainers one day. And then we were both performing on the Las Vegas Strip at the same time. I was over at the Venetian and he was over at Planet Hollywood. And so,
Oh,
we've been
wow.
friends a long time.
It's amazing how the world is such a small place, really. It really,
That
really
is.
is, you know. But with regards to there's a lot, that's a good point that you make. But generally, whenever you're talking about, let me elaborate on the point that you make, which is good, is that not overlapping. There's no point in having lots of overlap in the
Right.
content, you know.
That's right.
So if you were to pick something that you would love to present on, what would that
Right.
be?
My background is I'm an anthropologist,
Yes.
and I study cognition, human culture, and cognition.
Hmm.
I was the keynote speaker for the American Anthropology Association of Consciousness this year.
Okay. Wow.
So
Wow.
I'd be very interested in teaching people how to. These are some things I tend to talk on. How
Mm.
to write and present a corporate speech and incorporate our skills and abilities into it. I'm very interested in that. I'm very interested in intercultural differences between different countries and how you structure a show based upon where you are. I'm
Mhm.
particularly interested in how to be on the media, what to do on a morning television segment or a radio drive time show or a to have your own television show, what to do in the media. My favorite lectures that I give are true lectures, peripatetic style, though not as
Okay.
much walking lectures, where the audience, I say to the audience when they come in, you chose to come today and learn from me. What are you hopeful that I will talk about? Here's my background, here's my resume. Write down on a slip of paper what you'd like today's presentation to be about. Then I gather up those slips and I go. And
Ah,
so that's
okay.
kind of my most successful lecture style is people research my background and they say, How do you build a seance my seance show that I do was called one of the top 10 haunted attractions in America by the Travel Channel a few
Wow.
years ago. And I was putting through thousands of people a week through this seance show. Or how do you work on cruise ships? Or how do you get a show in Vegas? Or how do you, right, whatever from my background. And then I very openly teach and explain those things.
See, that's all of those things you've described are things that aren't really being covered in great detail so far. Having interviewed loads of the presenters,
Right?
um, that's the type of thing that there's probably a gap for. So whichever of those that it ends up being, they're all perfect,
Right? I might do the Q&A. I might do the
Yeah.
the come hear the professor, right?
Yeah,
See
and
see
that has its huge validity because you've got such a broad wealth of experience and background that there are things there that people maybe would like to ask you in more detail. And in that room when you're presenting, obviously, if other people can learn that rather than just a quick chat at the bar or in a
right.
restaurant or something like that, so that's a great, yeah, that would be great.
Because there is a difference of what you do when you're performing at Dick Van Dyke's birthday party or for Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things or
Yeah, yeah.
J.J. Abrams, the director, and when you're performing for just the average person.
Hmm.
And what are the things that we need to know in our toolkit when we move from culture to culture, the very wealthy to the very poor? What is it that we're, economical differences? How do
Yeah.
we change our presentations? Yeah.
Yeah, that's very, very pertinent with a lot of things going on in the world today. So, obviously, you've given us lots of information as to what's going to happen, and I don't want to keep you a long time, but the
Yeah.
the idea with certain things we're trying to get from different presenters and different experts in their field, we're just trying to get a little bit of information as to why is it important to come to the likes of a conference?
Oh, I mean, it is the most important thing we can do because what I love about a conference is you can learn so much so fast. Now,
Yeah,
I'm a book learner. I mean, I read an immense amount of black words on white text and me with a yellow highlighter
yeah,
as my meditation practice. But when you go to a conference, you have access to other human beings.
yeah,
That's really what you're buying, is you're buying access
yeah,
to all of the other people who are passionate about these same ideas, making those connections so we can continue connecting across the years. Because if someone comes to my lecture or my show or my workshop and writes me 5 years from now a question, I'm in Vegas, I'm trying to pitch a show or I'm trying to choose a show.
yeah,
I saw you at such and such convention. Well, suddenly I know who you are. We're
yeah,
friends, we're connected.
yeah.
And that's true forever. And so we are in the same way that you want to go to the best university you can, or you want to join the best social groups that you can. It's about connecting with the right people, the right minds, all together with a shared passion to move forward, right? It's having wonder, being filled with wonder at these ideas and learning, gaining wisdom, and then actualizing that new intelligence in the world.
Do you know something, Paul? That is actually the best answer I've had ever. Right. And I'm not blowing
Yeah.
smoke up your backside. I'm really not. It's actually the best answer because it encompasses everything that we want to, talk about. It's absolutely perfect. So I'm really looking forward to meeting you. Obviously, we've spoken a few times back and forth, and
Right.
I really am looking forward to April whenever you're going to be in Ireland. I will take no responsibility for anything that happens.
Yes.
It's whenever you're here, you have fun. That's it. But listen, I really have enjoyed your time, and I know that our attendees will love to come and see you. And yeah, thank you so much indeed. I know you're a busy man, and
Thank,
yeah, nice to meet
thank
you.
you so much. I do want to apologize to any fashionable people why I'm wearing purple, gold, and blue together because my real suits are over at the theater. This is what I had left in my hotel room.
Do you
And
know
all of this,
something? It looks
yeah,
smart. I didn't
all
even
of this,
realize.
you have terrible sense. And all of this background is a lie. This is my off-Broadway show set right there for when I had
Yep.
my show off Broadway. I'm really in a hotel room.
Oh, there he is.
Anyway,
You did tell me that, and I thought, it's going to be so glamorous, but no, it's there. It's
no,
grand,
it's a hotel room. It's a hotel room.
Paul, I've had
Okay,
a lovely
everybody.
time chatting to you, and we look forward to seeing you in April.
Chat soon. Thanks.
Good man. Thank you.